if a team's going to trade with Tennessee for the first overall pick, it's likely going to be a team that needs a quarterback, right? If Tennessee is going to trade with the team, it's likely going to be the Giants at 3. It's likely going to be the Raiders at 6, maybe even the Jets at 7 potentially. It feels like the Giants and the Raiders are the most two likely trade partners, though. And if those teams trade up, they're not getting Travis Hunter. They're not getting Abdul Carter. They're going after a quarterback. Right now, we're pricing this market as if Tennessee is on the clock, because they are. They're going to select a quarterback, and they're going to select Cam Ward. Well, what happens if Tennessee trades the pick? What happens if they trade it to the Giants? What happens if they trade it to the Raiders? Is Cam Ward the number one quarterback on the big board for both of those teams? Could be Shedeur Sanders, right? This is one of those years where there is not a clear-cut number one quarterback prospect. So to me, the value is on Shedeur Sanders at 11-1, because I do think the first overall pick will end up being a quarterback, but I'm not so sure that the first overall pick is going to be selected by the Tennessee Titans. So the Giants, Brian Daboll, he needs to win this year. Joe Schoen, their GM, he needs to win this year. They obviously got rid of Daniel Jones late at the later part of last season. They got to get a quarterback. Now, whether they end up doing that at 3 or trade up to get him at 1, I could see them doing that. And then the Raiders, now with Brady being in there and Pete Carroll's a new head coach and Spytek as the new GM, they could get aggressive as well. The Raiders have talked about doing that. So I really like this market, and I think the fact that we absolutely could see a trade from Tennessee from number 1 overall to another team that needs a quarterback, and Cam Ward might not be the top guy on their big board, I think that's great value on Shedeur Sanders at 11-1. So I bet him this morning. I think that's great value to look at Shedeur to go number 1 overall in the NFL draft.